Welcome back, everybody. I think there's going to be a part two. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the camera stopped again, and it said there's not enough room in memory. I just finished deleting some stuff just before we started this video, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's doing, but yeah. So we're still going on, and this will be a part two. This is part two to the rest of it. So simply because I don't know how to really splice and dice and all the other stuff. So we were going over Robert Bryzek versus Ihor Pretoria. Brother Bryzek, 6 feet tall, no reach. I don't even know what his reach is. I couldn't find it. 17 wins, 5 losses, 33 years old. Ihor Pretoria, 6'3", 75-inch reach, 20 wins, 5 losses, 27 years old. Albert Duraev was supposed to fight Bryzek, and I originally picked Duraev just because of his ground game. Bryzek is very strong, he's very powerful. From what I see, he's very scrappy, and he goes in there and he likes to brawl. And yeah, he's got some. He could be taken down. He can get back up. He's got decent takedown defense. He does have a get up game. Doesn't fight on the ground, and he's very durable. And he loves to scrap, and he loves to go in there and just throw down. Ihor Pretoria, same guy, and I've always picked against this guy, and I've always, he's been dangerous. No matter which situation he's going in there, he's throwing bombs. I'm just worried about him as far as going into the 3 rounds, because it always seems like after the first round, he tires out. Second round, maybe he'll squeeze it through. And the third round, the guy's just bagged. So we'll see if he's fixed his durability. But he is a little bit younger. He's got they're about the same amount of fights. Pretoria's going to be a little taller. It's going to probably have the bigger reach advantage, even though it doesn't say that here. Pretoria is going down to middleweight. So he was at he's going down to welterweight, I think, right? Was he light heavy? No, he's going down to middleweight. So he was at light heavy the last time we saw him, and I gotta admit though, he made a good showing of himself. He fought that guy who was nicknamed, what's his name, the Tractor from Brazil, and he almost knocked the guy out. And then he pounded him, and he couldn't get him out of there. And he actually blew his load right there. He just got tired, and he came back even in the second round, did fairly good in the second round. He started okay, but he quickly faded, and the other guy kept putting a lot of pressure on him. The guy's very durable, had a lot of stamina, and Pretoria slowly started to fade as the second round went on, and he got finished. So he ended up getting finished. So now he's the last minute sub-in. He has fought at this weight before, I think. He's always coming in light. I think, last time, what was he? He fought in, what did he fight? Let me look this guy. So he fought, what's his name? Rodolfo Bellato. And he fought at light heavy. So now he's gone in, but he's always been a little light. He's always coming in on weight. Doesn't look like he cuts any weight. So I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. I think it's going to be a huge advantage for him. I don't think he's going to be faster now. Maybe his speeds, he'll diminish in his advantage in the speed, but he is going to be tall. He's going to be lanky. He's going to be throwing bombs. You know what? Robert is coming into the UFC. This is the toughest fight he's going to have. He's in his new division. He's in his new, what's it called? I'm blanking out. Anyways, it's a new business. So he's fought in different organizations. Yeah, the UFC is the highest level. It's going to be his debut. Could be some jitters. Hard to tell. Pretoria is taking it on short notice. He's going to be taller. He's going to be longer. He is dangerous. Isaac is durable. He has gotten KO'd before. So is Pretoria. This is going to be a knockdown, drag him out fight. If it goes 3 rounds, I think Rychik might be able to win the 3rd round. Second round is going to be up in the air. I think Ihor is going to take the 1st round. Second round is going to be the one where it's going to be, as long as he doesn't get finished, Pretoria might win it. Isaac might win it. Pretoria is a huge underdog. This is a 50-50 fight, depending on how it goes. Rychik is taking his first big step into this organization. I'm going to go with Pretoria. You know, and last time he almost got a KO, right? Even though I'd bet against him. Actually, I bet 2nd round submission for Bellato, which I got. So, but it was scary because I thought Ihor was going to finish him. But yeah, Rychik, he's pretty durable. I don't think he's as durable as Bellato. I think Pretoria does have really good power. He does swing with everything in his shots. It's somebody probably going to get KO'd, I think in the 1st round. So if that's the case, I think Pretoria is going to win this. If it gets dragged out, I'd be more and more worried. So Pretoria is going to be the pick. Knock on wood, he's another underdog. Okay, moving on. Dan Ige, cool main event. Dan Ige versus Andre Fili. Dan Ige, 5'7", 71 inch reach, 17 wins, 7 losses, 32 years old. Andre Fili, 5'11", 74 inch reach, 23 wins, 10 losses, 33 years old. Same amount of. Fili's got more fights. Same age. Fili's gonna have to. He's always got the reach advantage in this division. He's gonna have a reach advantage, height advantage. Dan Ige, very rare that he's not shorter than somebody in this division. But you know what, Dan Ige, the guy's rock solid, very durable. You're not going to KO this guy. If you take him to the ground, he's very hard to take down. He's going to get back up. You know, I mean, how can you bet against Dan Ige? He's the favorite. I can't see Andre Fili beating him anywhere. You know, just nowhere. I know he's going to be taller. He's going to be longer. He's not at the level of Dan Ige. Plain and simple. Last time I bet on Fili, he had a very decisive victory. Ige's a different class of guy. He's not good. Fili is not at that level. In any of the striking, in the grappling, like granted Dan Ige doesn't grapple a lot, but he's actually pretty good on the ground. He can get back up. Fili's gonna have a hard time taking him down. Yeah. I mean, I can't see him losing anywhere, you know? Dan Ige is going to be the pick. I mean, you'll see what I'm saying when you see the fight. So if there's any questions, you'll see. Like, Ige is just that guy that's not in the top 3 or top 5. He's solid. He's so solid. 32 years old. He's not slowing down. He's not getting KO'd. He's not getting submitted. Yeah, there's no way for Fili to win. I think he's going to wear on Fili. Fili's tough, don't get me wrong, but he's going to lose this. Moving on. Yeah, he's my most confident pick too. Jack Hermansson, the main event, guys. Main event, yeah, main event. Jack Hermansson versus Joe Pyfer. Jack Hermansson, 6'1", 77 inch reach, 23 wins, 8 losses, 35 years old. Joe Pyfer, 6'2", 75 inch reach, 12 wins, 2 losses, 27 years old. This is the battle of the best nicknames. Jack the Joker. I like that name. That's a good handle. Joe Body Bags Pyfer. I mean, that's a good nickname too. I mean, this is a battle of the handles. They got good handles. The Joker against Body Bags. I mean, come on. This is like a Batman movie, you know? They got Joker and Body Bags against Batman or something. Yeah, it's like a Batman movie, man. So, anyways, Jack Hermansson, 35 years old. He's not over the hill. I don't know if he's slowed down, but he's at that age where this is it. He's at the peak of his career, peak of his ability. This is it. Joe Pyfer, he's young. He's getting better. He's going to be a little bit taller, 1 inch, but he's going to have a slight reach disadvantage, 2 inches. So virtually the same. Jack Hermansson, a lot of experience. And everybody, and this is the highest level of, or highest ranked opponent that Pyfer's had. So, yeah, Pyfer's been destroying everybody. Okay. But we don't know where Pyfer's at. I mean, he looks really dangerous. I mean, he beat the crap out of Mirchart. I mean, Mirchart just turtled up. like when he got punched by Pyfer. But that doesn't mean Pyfer's, I mean, and then Rachmanov didn't, right? I mean, he just stood there and traded with Pyfer. So I think as he gets to the levels up, I mean, he's not going to be so devastating. It's not going to be so decisive. And this is going to be one of those fights. It's not going to be that decisive. Pyfer does have a lot of power. Hermansson's very hard to fight. He's a very smart point fighter. He could stand on the outside. He's quick. He's smart. He moves in. He moves out. As far as the ground game, I mean, who's going to have the advantage? Pyfer does take people to the ground. Hermansson's hard to take down. He's actually really good. He could take people down onto the ground too. And as far as BJJ, who's better? It's going to be hard to tell. Pyfer apparently is just he's really working on his BJJ. We know Hermansson's got good BJJ. The only time he's ever gotten caught and submitted, I think, was when with Delize, and he was winning that fight until they got into this weird scramble, and Delize ended up getting on top of him in this weird calf slicer position. It was just ridiculous. You could roll around 100 times and never do that again. But Jack Hermansson was winning that fight. So I don't know why he's such a big underdog. I don't get it. Like, yeah, man, Hermansson, good point fighter, fights on the outside, very smart. I mean, granted, some people say he's got questionable fight IQ. I don't think so. I think sometimes it's the luck of the draw when you're in there and you just get unlucky. Joe Pyfer, very solid, very strong, very young. But yeah, as far as experience, Jack Hermansson's got way more experience. He's been in this game a lot longer. He's fought the who's who in the division. So Pyfer's coming up now. Well, maybe the big stud can put it on Hermansson and knock him out. Maybe. I haven't seen that yet. So Hermansson, he's very durable. And in this case, he's going to have a slight reach advantage, virtually the same size. We'll see what happens when they go in there. No, I can't bet against Hermansson in this case. Like Pyfer's moving up. Yeah, he's got the momentum. Yeah, that's fine. But Hermansson has fought the best of the best, and he doesn't seem like he's really slowing down. Well, he's slowing down a little bit. He's not as reckless. I think, like I said, he's more of a point fighter now. And he knows how to win. He knows how to get the jab in there, and he knows how to win rounds. Yeah, I gotta go with Hermansson, man. Plus 210. What is he now? He's at least plus 210. Pyfer's gonna come in there. I don't know what we're gonna get out of Pyfer at this level. I mean, we know what he's capable of, but is he capable of doing what he's supposed to do to this level of opponent? And what happens when he doesn't? Yeah, Jack Hermansson's going to be the pick. He's got way too much experience. Haven't seen enough of Pyfer at this level. I mean, maybe he's going to come and surprise me. I remember betting against him with Mearchart, figuring, Mearchart's really tricky on the ground. Pyfer likes going to the ground. If he gets taken to the ground, Mearchart's going to be just slicker, and he catches guys in the weirdest submissions. Pyfer ended up just pounding the crap out of him and have him turtle up. So, but then again, at the next fight, that's not what happened with Rockman, because Rockman can take it. Rockman is a higher level of opponent, stronger. Yeah, it's gonna actually, when you look at it, I think Pyfer's kind of knocking out all these old guys. So this could be the next old guy, but I don't think so. I think Hermansson's going to do pretty good. It's going to be a tough fight. It's going to go all 5 rounds. And what's going to happen with Pyfer after the 3rd round? That's going to be the question. Hermansson's been there. Pyfer hasn't been there. We'll see. It's going to be a close fight. I'd rather go with a huge underdog with a huge experience who's proven himself to be a really good fighter against the top level guys. Not necessarily beaten them, but he's been in there with them and did really well and has beaten high level guys. So I'm going to go with Jack Hermansson. Nevertheless, let's go over the board, see what's going on. Yes, the magic board. The magic board. This is where the magic happens. All right. Once again, not financial advice. Only bet what you can afford to lose. This is a fist fight, and we're betting on a fist fight. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. You don't know if these guys have had a bad week, a bad weight cut. You know, their girlfriend hates them. Who knows? So anything can happen. We're only making our best guess. And believe me, everyone's got a different opinion. So I'm going to go from most confident to least confident. Again, you can use this. I'm using I've got lines here for different parlay sections for myself. This is what I want to do. So you can take what you agree with. You can do your own research. You can bet individually, which I do as well. You can bet in smaller parlays, pick a couple of fighters you really like, longer parlays. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, this is a risky business. You know, bet bet what you can only afford to lose, and yeah, don't get too crazy. But nevertheless, Ige, I mean, I can't. I mean, it is. I have said this before, and I've had the top pick. I remember Izzy being here when he lost to Strickland. He's my most confident pick, and I had all of them right until Izzy, the final, and then he's my 12th pick, and he ended up busting my 12 fight parlay. Anyway, so he's the most confident pick, whatever that means. So Marcos going to be my second most confident pick. Clark going to be my third. You know, moving on with Boomy. Yeah, I can't see him losing. I guess this guy's going to be too slick. This guy's going to be too good on the ground. Boomy, I mean, she's always a question mark. But she's way stronger, way better striker. I'm just worried about her ground. I hope she's fixed a couple of the small holes that she had. She is getting better, but she's fighting an opponent that's very weak. Emil, this is his debut. I'm betting on him on his debut, but here's the thing is, you know, the guy he's fighting, I just don't rate him really that high. But it's his debut. It's scary because any guy debuting, you know, gets the jitters, and you never know what'll happen. But I like him in this spot. He's fighting a much smaller guy. Yeah, he should win this. Moving on, Griffin, my first underdog play. Yeah, I'm going to go with the experience. I'm going to go with the better striking. I'm going to go with the better footwork. Yeah, and plus 135. I don't see it as a bad bet for myself. But I don't even know. I don't even know if anybody picked Griffin that I've heard of. Maybe 1 out of like 7. Everyone likes Wells, but yeah, it's going to be a greasy fight, and I think Griffin's going to be able to pull this off. Johnson, again, most guys, half of them, less than half are picking Johnson from what I'm seeing. You know, it's a win-lose kind of thing. I think he wins one, loses one, wins one, loses one. I think this is the one he's going to win. So, yeah, I mean, they're giving him the right level of opponent, let's put it that way, at his age. So, Johnson's going to be the pick. Pauga, I just don't see a lot from Guskov, you know, besides the big KO power, and I don't know if it's that big yet because of the level of opponents he fought. Pauga is, you know, very physical. He's going to hold him up and grind him up against the cage. It's going to be a greasy kind of fight. I got to pick one of the guys, and I'm going to pick the guy who can probably just get more control time and points, and that's going to be Pauga. And Guskov's going to be trying to KO him. Moving on, Tavares, other underdog, plus 200. It might even be bigger now. You know, he's got a lot of experience. He's very durable. Everyone's on Rodriguez. I don't know. I don't think Rodriguez is all that. I think that this is going to be a surprise that Tavares is not all done. Yes, he got KO'd last time. Everybody's got recency bias. This guy's not that bad. He didn't have a stellar performance against Weidman. Everyone criticizes him for that. Personally, I mean, he fought a safe fight against Weidman. And Weidman, you know, I mean, he's not a slouch either. You know, he's a fairly, I mean, he was the champ. I mean, come on. Anyways, Tavares is going to be the pick. We'll see what happens. I don't got a lot of, Rodriguez's chin is a big question mark for me still. Kwamba, he's had his debut. So is the other guy. I don't like the other guy. I think Kwamba's got a lot of good attributes. I just think Oki's overrated, you know? So I'm going to go with Wamba on this one. Hermansson, again, very close fight. This is a 50 plus. I mean, when they get to the 50 plus, I mean, these are fights that can, man, you could pick against me and I would totally agree with it because this is going to be close fights. But given a choice between such a close fight and a 210 plus 210, I'm going with Hermansson. And again, given a 50-50 fight, I'm plus 160, I'm going with Pateria because the other new guys, I don't know if he's any better or any worse, but he's going to be really close. Giles, again, the new guy, is going to be his debut. This guy's fighting against the guy with the debut. This guy's fighting against the guy with debut. He's a slick striker, slick boxer, good on the ground. I don't know. I don't see him like getting old, you know, and the new guy we don't know. At plus 220, I don't know, man. It's kind of a no-brainer to me at this point. I mean, granted, they could all be wrong, but I mean, what are you going to win if you bet the other guys? Especially if you're betting individually. You know, you just hit one of these and, you know, a couple of these and it'll cover up most of them, you know, kind of thing, right? Cover your rest of your bets. Petrosian, I got him at plus 100. I think now he's at a pick 'em. Again, this is going to be a coin flip fight. We'll see what happens. It's going to go down to the decision. Unless this guy gets submitted in the first round, it's going to go down to a decision. It's going to be greasy. And what are the judges going to see? We'll see what it looks like in the third round. Yeah. So I've kind of lined it up. I mean, I've kind of got some lines here where I would kind of cut off maybe my first 5-fight parlay. As far as larger parlays, you can do 2-fight parlays. I'm just going after the larger ones in this case. And then another line here where I get less and less certain. And then I basically go by twos just as an add-on. But I mean, you can mix them up any which way you want. You can do this first row with these two. I mean, it all depends what you feel comfortable with. Or bet them individually. Like I've got to bet it individually on these ones as well. So it's not a big, huge deal. I mean, you can do it any different way. This is just a suggestion. But you know what? Here's the thing. Last week, it wasn't a good week. So I'm going to do a reverse psychology. There's how many underdogs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7 underdogs. Literally half the fights here are underdogs. Like, wow. I mean, this parlay, if you hit it, would be massive. The whole thing. So I'm going to do a reverse psychology out there. I'm going to send this message out to the universe. I hope I don't hit this really massive parlay. I really hope I don't hit it. I hope I lose. I hope I don't win this parlay. I hope this massive 14-fight parlay, I hope I don't hit it. Here's that. How about that? Try the reverse psychology. There you go. If you're gonna do what do they call projection. Anyways, so if you know, maybe if you do the reverse, maybe the reverse happens. So let's see what happens. If it works, if that works, I'm gonna do it every single time. So nevertheless, thank you very much for joining me for this part 2. Good luck, everybody. And don't forget, hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe if you want to get notifications when I put out the next videos. I don't necessarily do it always at the same time. It's going to be a good fight. The next fight after this is going to be Volkanovski. It's going to be my boy Volkanovski. It's going to be a good fight. Going to be looking forward to that one. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these picks. Let me know what you agree with. Let me know what you disagree with. Let me know who you really wanna, who you think is gonna be a high level of confidence. And if you got any parlays that you're thinking of doing, yeah, please. Feedback is a great thing. I like when you guys send me messages, and I always respond. Other than that, thank you very much for joining me, and we will see you next week on the recap.